What specific challenges would you have to overcome in that situation where you have to get the 2-1 to match the 3-2? Like,
You gotta get permits, you gotta get plans, you gotta have them come and legalize it.
the implication is that work was done without any permit.
1000%, because they would have updated it. Or you list it as a 3-2. Hopefully nobody asks any questions, no city sees it, and you're good to go. But look at her, she was selling hers, it was a 3-2, and she remodeled it, and was 2 weeks away from closing with a buyer. And from the MLS pictures, a remodel, no bedroom change, no bathroom change, but they saw that everything was new, and in the details she put brand new, fully remodeled. They popped her, and she had to go do all the plans and permits, and they delayed the closing 6 weeks. And convince the buyer, that's where like a lot of what we do and talk about works, because I told her, I'm like, convince the buyer that you're gonna leave $40,000 at the title company in escrow, have them close so we could stop paying on the private money and stop the bleeding, because that's gonna eat up your profit for another 2 months. That's like another 10 grand that you're gonna pay. So have her close, pay off the private money, leave $40,000 of your profit at the title company with I will close out the permits in 90 days. If I don't, Mr. Buyer, you can keep this $40,000. Once I have it under contract, I'll have to time my closing, because the minute I close, I have 45 days to identify where I'm gonna invest the money to avoid paying taxes.
Okay, and that's only because it's an investment property, right?
They changed that back to 100%, right?
That's a different thing. So that's for when you're depreciating. So when you call for depreciation, I could write off. So if you buy one property a year, depending on the amount of the size of the property and how much money you make, you can take the whole depreciation and claim it in 1 year. It was 80% when Biden took over, changed to 80. Trump put it back to 100%. So you fast forward the depreciation. What does depreciation mean? Like, this isn't as nice as it was when it was first built. Every year it gets worse. So that loss of everything, you could put it on your taxes as an expense to offset the money you make. So potentially I could pay 0 in taxes every year by picking up one property and doing the depreciation. 100% cost segregation.
1031 exchange, that's always 100%.
1031 exchange is all I'm doing is I owe you taxes on this. Once I sell this, I owe you Uncle Sam. But until I don't put the cash in my pocket, I'm not gonna pay you. I'm gonna roll that debt into the next property. So I could get to a point, keep doing it, to where that I owe them $500,000 in taxes. If you plan your estate right with the right estate tax planner, once he inherits it, they can wipe out the taxes.
I was wondering about that, if you die with it or if it...
There's a certain way to structure it to where he won't be responsible for it. So then that's what generational wealth is. We never end up paying.
They're just looking for like fire alarms, fire extinguisher in the house, a telephone, no internet.
Each one, even plumber. The plumber will come in here, plumbing inspection, and he won't be paying attention to the electrical. Can they be a jerk and go back to the office and talk to the electrical and be like, bro, I went to that place or whatever? Sure, but bro, that's an individual that maybe exists out there who's miserable, but most of them are not. There's always a solution, though, but it's just gonna cost you time and money. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm only gonna do a cosmetic flip. If it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom and it's a cosmetic flip and it appears on public record the right way, I'll do something that's less money. Oh, I'll make 40 on it. The numbers make sense. There's nothing weird here. I'll paint, throw tile, maybe change a vanity or two, some lights. I'll do that all day. But if I gotta do something that there could be a potential risk factor, I better be making enough money that if I get into a pinch, it still works. So like I'm dropping 50 here, I'm losing Airbnb money, but I'm gonna try to sell this for like 730, 740. Yes, I made less money. I'm gonna be out, 60K, 70K, but I'm still gonna make 6 figures on it. So no big deal.